Okay, so after a long day and you're in a bad mood, have you ever just been walking by and seen somebody give you a big old smile and you can't help but just smile back? Yes, that is because smiling is contagious. Smiling is known to be contagious because of facial mimicry. Facial mimicry is you smiling, is the reaction of, somebody smiles at me, I smile back because of the simple fact that I'm trying to process their facial expression. So when that happens, it's really just an automatic reaction that you have. Usually you don't even know that it's happening. You're just processing that this person just smiled at me. Okay, smile, But yes, whenever you smile, smiling itself activates the release of endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, which, relieves stress. It lowers your blood pressure. And most importantly, it's definitely a mood lifter, 100%. And it just helps, in multiple ways. They always say that it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. It's way, way easier just to smile. Of course, I chose that because, me and all my speeches, I'm always cheesing, can't wait to be here. But, yeah, just smiling at somebody can definitely go a long way, especially if, you work in a workplace wherever you have to deal with multiple people constantly. It can always be a good help. Like, for example, doctors and nurses, people that work with people that are usually, nobody at the hospital is usually in a great mood or happy to be there or anything like that. So whenever you see a patient being a nurse, you can always, flash them a quick smile, say, hey, how are you doing? Or, hey, you're looking better today. And automatically it can just completely change the day and make it way better. So I'm not just, pulling this information out of nowhere. Paula Nettling and Adrian Wood are social psychologists for the University of Wisconsin. And through their studies, they show that, facial mimicry helps the other person process what that person is trying to communicate to them and how they're feeling. It also helps process the other person's emotions for yourself. You going through it helps you process it, and that's maybe, put yourself in their shoes. When studies are ran, people view others make the same facial expression. So even this just goes for everything. Not only is smiling contagious, but frowning. You see somebody frowning, you're like, why is this person frowning? Like, what are they frowning for? So that's one thing that it's also like. But this is to help, whenever you're thinking about this, what actually makes you do it is the fact that whenever you are super, like, you're trying to process what this person is saying, how is it being processed in your head? So what's happening is that your cingulate cortex is responsible for the facial expression, for giving you that facial expression. So it's responsible for, as soon as it hits, it's just a natural thing. So you start doing this at a very young age. From the time that you get off a pacifier, it's, you start doing that. So whenever you're a baby, you see, like, your parent frowning at you, you're like, or you see them smiling at you, and automatically it's, you smile at a baby, they smile back because it's just such a natural thing. So this is something that you develop at a very early age. But one thing is, the exception with studies that this is shown as well, that people who lack facial mimicry are usually people who have some type of social disorder, such as usually autism. They struggle a little bit in that that part of their brain doesn't usually function as well, which gives them, they lack a little bit in that area. But it's crazy to think that something like that, just like, you've ever heard, like, if one person yawns, like, even if you hear the word yawn, you're gonna yawn. So it's just something like that. And, just if any way possible you can make somebody's day better, it's definitely by smiling because it's contagious.